Hi, today in Weight Watchers is the great tracking debate. We're all different, so we may not track the same. There's different ways to track. We can pre-track. We can track at every meal. We can track or not track 0 point foods, depending on what you want to do with your journey. Now, you can see here, I've pre-tracked some breakfast and lunch. It's showing that I have 54 weeklies left. I don't. It's showing a 4-day streak. Yeah, but I haven't tracked everything I've eaten, so I actually got rollovers that I didn't earn. I did earn the activity points, so that's okay, but I don't really have 54 weeklies. I haven't been a good tracker since they took the tracking off the website. I really liked it because I got fat fingers, and on my phone it's not so easy to do it correctly. I always have to do do-overs all the time. Deletes, move them around, and so forth. I got this Starburst watermelon ice. Tastes like a Starburst, but the other day I was in there at Vaughn's and they had, I never go for strawberry because I don't like strawberry flavored things, but they had this strawberry watermelon. I have to say I like the one with the strawberry better because it actually tastes like a strawberry Jolly Rancher. But anyway, back to tracking. There's 0 points. But I had a McDonald's Egg McMuffin with no cheese for breakfast. I went after church. And I only had 2/3 of the sandwich. Usually with the no cheese, it's 5 points. But I had the hash brown because I got it for free with the app. And when I track McDonald's hash brown, it comes up Tim Hortons hash brown, which is really weird, for 4 points. And I also had some fat-free cottage cheese because I didn't eat my whole Egg McMuffin and I was still hungry. And I had it with a Honeycrisp apple, which I forgot to put in here, which I did put in a little bit later. So the cottage cheese was 0 and the coffee was 0. The apple's going to be 0. And I did have some creamer for 1 point, I believe. Not really sure how to get my phone on the computer, so I just screen recorded the app with no voice, so I'm just looking at what we're doing here. But anyway, so here we go. I went ahead and pre-tracked my lunch. I'm going to have a big salad, a tostada style salad, but without the tortilla. So I tracked everything, even my 0 point foods, because I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to use the beef. I didn't cook any chicken. I got the 96% lean ground beef. I know 90% is 0 and it's less money, but I got to watch my cholesterol, so I do buy the 96%. See, you can see where I have my creamer in there for 1 point. Okay, so I did forget to put the apple, so I think here's where I'm going to just find it. Put an apple up here in the search food. Honeycrisp apple, medium apple here. I'm tracking it without realizing that I'm tracking it at lunch. So I hit track and it's on my lunch. So when I click done for lunch, we're going to see that it's here on my lunch. And I don't want it on my lunch. So we're going to go back, click on it, and we're just going to click on breakfast and update. And then that'll put it back in my breakfast where it needs to go. Now, I need to start being consistent with tracking because I know I'm going to show a gain this week. I'm not going to fret over it. I'm just going to go with it and go start over again today. Just start tracking at the next meal. If you feel like you haven't done well enough, there's always the next meal where you can go back and do it. So the macros are there. So I clicked on the carbs, and it's going to show me all the grams of carbs I've had. How many carbs were in each thing I tracked so far. So 40% of my carbs for the day are coming from breakfast and 53% are coming from lunch, but that's because those darn beans have a lot of carbs. Lots of carbs. And the Egg McMuffin had carbs in that English muffin. So see, the cup of beans had 48 grams of carbs. but it's going to have fiber. See, we did get fiber today so far, and I haven't even had dinner. But look at the carbs are a little high, a lot higher than I want them to be. And the fats are a little bit much, but I had those hash browns, that's why. And the sodium. Going out to eat, you're going to have sodium. So let's track some dinner, some make-believe dinner. Because if I might have some tacos, so we'll track the meat, the cheese, and the tortillas. Because my salsa is going to be 0. I don't usually track my salsa. I'm not quite sure which. I'm not even sure if I'm going to have dinner, because sometimes it's already 1 o'clock and I haven't had lunch yet, and I'm not hungry. My breakfast was pretty filling. So I'm not hungry, so I'm not going to have lunch yet. I might have lunch at 4 o'clock, so I won't need dinner. Might just have a yogurt or something, or some popcorn. Who knows? That's the other thing. I ate way too many chips this week. The popcorners with the white cheddar. And yeah, that kind of... And I had dinner out last night. So, tracked all that. Now what am I going to check? My totals for the day. It's a lot. So, the fiber. So look, 74% of my fiber is coming from my lunch, because I got the beans, I got the lettuces, and the pepitas. And the avocado only has 2 grams. The beans had like 13 grams of fiber. Yeah, 13 grams for the beans. Ooh. Had a lot of carbs, but it has a lot of fiber too, so. Not the best day of eating, but I like what I'm having. Typically don't go out for breakfast on Sunday. Typically I'll come home and have breakfast, but gives me 3 points left for snacks. So that's 3 meals tracked and 3 meals left for snacks. I'm not 3 meals, 3 points. Oh man, I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of decluttering. I mean, even though I have a gain, my non-scale victories are I've been getting a lot of decluttering done. So I shredded paper all day yesterday. Okay, so here I am clicking this plus sign over here. Wait, let's back up a little bit. Okay, so I decided what worked for me was last year was points for oatmeal and points for potatoes. I have been eating oats and potatoes all along, but I decided with those carbs, we're going to hit the search food, then we're going to hit that plus, and we're going to click quick add. And right here, I'm going to put my oats. And I know my oats are 4 points before they went to 0 in this track, and so I can now have points for oats. And they're showing up in my lunch, but I don't want them there because I'm not having them today. So I took them out, put my lunch back to 6 points. Still got my 3 points left. Excuse me, it's a little bubbly. So that's what I'm going to do. Come at me if you want, I don't care. We all track differently. How do we track? Are we tracking our 0 points? I have the option of making my food have points if I want to. So I can have for snacks some popcorn. I'm going to make air pop popcorn, so that's 0 points. See, the Skinny Pop popcorn has points, and it has a lot of fat in it, even though it has no butter. And I bought some whipped butter today, and if I melt like a teaspoon of butter on the top of the popper in the little thing, and just drizzle it on, I can add a little salt, so I don't have so much salt like they have in the Skinny Pop, and so much oil like they have in the Skinny Pop. And that will make my popcorn only 1 point, because I'm going to put a little bit of butter. I got to watch my cholesterol, so I can't take a tablespoon of butter and just butter it all up. I got to be careful there. I haven't had butter in a long time just because of the cholesterol. So that still leaves me with 2 points. So that's a lot of tracking I've done. There's a lot of information here. So basically, if you do track and use these tools, maybe you have a gain. Maybe you can go back and see, and compare your weeks, because you can always go back in the dates and see what's working and what's not working and reassess. Like, I know I'm having too much sodium and too much carbs right now. So both of those things cause me inflammation. Where am I going? Back to my fiber. I already did the fiber, didn't I? My fiber, my pinto beans have 13 grams of fiber. So even though they had a lot of carbs, they have a lot of fiber. Oh, I was going to see the popcorn only has 2 grams of fiber. That's why I was coming back here, just to see how much fiber the popcorn had. Not a lot, but some. So it wasn't a significant increase in fiber. So that leaves me 2 points. Okay, so here I used the camera thing. I clicked on the camera, and I'm actually taking a picture of the tostada I usually get right off the website. And it's showing skinless, boneless chicken breast, lettuce, avocado, pico de gallo, sour cream, and the bowl. It did not pick up the beans or the rice, so the rice would have to be added in. It's showing 17 points. I know for a fact if I have this whole thing with dressing, it's 35 points. But it's not showing dressing on here, and it's not showing the rice or beans. So I took the taco shell off. It's deep fried, so that would make it 7 points. But I would still have to add in the rice and beans because it's missing those. And I made a mistake. Okay, so back to here. I'm going to show you. I think I'm going to show you. Yeah. We'll go to, that's at El Pollo Loco. It's usually where I go out. I had one last night. I was bad. And I ate the shell. And the dressing. So I had all 35 points, but I didn't even track it. But, well, let's look at it. See, if you want it shows here with no dressing or shell, it would only be 10 points. But I had the whole thing. Actually, 36 points because I put the avocado salsa on it too. That's 1 point. See, I'm not good at tracking. I'm scrolling all over the place. But I think it kind of shows you the importance of 0-point food tracking or not, just depending on what you want in your journey. Do you want to do your macros, or do you just want to have it simple and just work it so you just have to deal with the points? I mean, what am I looking at here? Everything's fine. So there you have it. I tracked an entire day. I have 2 points left. Oh, 8 points left. That's because that's going back to the front of my screen recording. It is done. But put in the comments, how do you track? Do you have any tracking tips for people like me who don't like to track on the phone? I know I have my journal that I can track things in. I can track things that aren't even food. I can track in how many pages of a book I read, how much coffee I drank, or to get my caffeine, it shows that. I can track all my successes with my Bravo stickers. I've been putting Bravos now. I haven't earned a lot of Bravo stars, but I got some Bravo stickers to give myself Bravo stickers. They used to give those out. Um, just for going and doing my activity, tracking my food, and everything like that. My screen recording's starting over, so just ignore that. But you can look at what I eat in a day. We're all different. We don't. I'm a creature of habit where I'll tend to eat the same things every day. Breakfast, I either have eggs and with veggies and toast, or my oatmeal. And I pretty much have a salad every day for lunch, and then dinner's just usually up in the air, depending on if I'm hungry or not. But anyway, do you track your 0 point foods? Do you measure your 0 point foods and then track how many servings that you actually had when you track? Let us know in the comments. Let's give it a thumbs up, and let's have a great week of tracking. Let's see how we do. I'm going to start tracking today everything. Maybe not all my 0 point foods, because I care about the carbs. I'm not big into how much protein I'm getting. Eventually I'm going to get my protein with what I eat, so I'm not worried about that so much. It's the carbs I'm more focused. I'm not a no carb dieter. I will have carbs, but I think I'm going to do points for the oatmeal and the potatoes and see if that works for me or if it's a detriment, because I was doing quite well last year on Weight Watchers until I blew up my life. And I was tracking potatoes and oatmeal, and it wasn't bothering me in the least bit. But anyway, I'm not going to add points for the red meat. I'm going to treat that like the chicken and the eggs and the beans. So I am having some 0 point carbs with my beans and my peas and my popcorn. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great week.